Aloha and good day.
Dear
This
Father,
morning, as I finished my practice and my prayers, it came to me to share.
we dream.
Here are some words that, if fully heard and understood, could only decrease your depression, lessen your pain, and diminish the strife, the suffering that denatures and denies your natural joy in a blessed life. There is no mistaking how much just taking a break from making your aching heart ache would do for you. You create misery, you make heartache by saying sour stories repeatedly. Hour after hour we believe what we say. As our mind seeks meaning, the meaning that makes or breaks our day. What would make your mind take a break from acting this way, to find your fun with every one of your inner stories, privileging positive perception, not stuffing your soul with suffering and woe from what you said in your head? Instead, find the perfect palette of positivity in the words you are saying that paint your day with powerful pigments portraying your world in a wonderful way. So the unseen probing pressure to produce mean dark side stories stays at zero. Zero pressure waylays the mental voodoo you do to yourself. Stop sticking the pins in. Mindfulness takes the measure of your mind. Every time you look inside to see what you find in your mind, in that moment you can decide if the thoughts being thought ought to be entertained, or if better thoughts ought to be sought. Quiet the mind, stop the noise. Notice how your brain teases and toys, gobbles and gorges, and will not let go of ideas that you know forever forges endless chains of pain, draining the day's store of energy, staining and distorting your stories, creating a cornucopia of complaints, an endless loop of mental poop you scoop up. Over and over again, more and more, the more often you make bad ideas your business. Besides, isn't there better business to be about? Better business to seize, like the Father's, if you please? Listen to yourself telling, or even yelling stories to yourself about yourself. Tales too often unkind, unhelpful, and unwell. Stories that squeeze and contract. Stories that seize and attack, ransack and ruin the wellspring of our well-being. With stories that cause needless pain. Stories make us suffer. Stories can cause you to conceive and believe bad, untrue ideas. False ideas that bind and forbid the finer feelings that should feel good. Because before, that was what you once did. That which, when we bitch, could only do the bad things what was once done does. When you build bad ideas into belief, relief comes the moment we ditch bad ideas and switch to better stories. Building up bad beliefs breaks down your self-perception and distorts your self-esteem, making the world seem needlessly dark, ugly and stark, filled with tears and contracting fears that never fail to fuck up your day. Who wants to live that way? Stuck and out of luck in the monkey mind of misery. Misery that could be so easily avoided by being mindful of the stories that lull your skull out of reality and into ruthless untruth. Stay aware of what is happening in there. Practice being mindfully present. You will see more clearly, and more clearly be able to pluck out the pleasant and fair from the darkness lurking everywhere, and bring it right into the light. Mindfulness is the beginning, spinning you out of misery and self-doubt, pinning the intention-attention pair on higher pursuits that privilege positive processing. Positive processing primes pleasant perceptions, quelling the descent into rumination and self-torment. Plus, positive perceptions prevent most of the host of awful ideas which the mind finds so compelling. The ideas and unpleasant thoughts, so often otherwise thought, become malignant and repelling when we switch. Out of the noise, the bad thoughts we brought into being are yelling. In that moment, peace and love descend and mend our miserable mind. Sink down and be silent, for in that space Spirit dwells within, and from within Spirit swells your heart and fills your soul. So, start now to watch your thoughts, to mindfully remember to monitor your mind, and stop your stories. Think of all the damage they did. Stop. Let go of clinging false ideas, bringing a mess of stress, because stress makes you stupid. By turning your attention to a powerfully pleasant memory and savoring your past pleasure, darkness can only give way when put in the light, uplifting and bright of bright ideas. You know it can be so.
To surrender, the mind must move. Remember, mumbling and grumbling must go. Why grab malignant messages gladly? You risk missing Spirit's tender hello and countless other opportunities that live in the light Spirit bestows, out of sight of the miserable monkey mind. Remember, never forget. Attention determines what you get when beset by the threat of negativity. Such a threat is offset by putting positive intentions in place. Intention influences your filters. Your filters provide the perceptual groove that powers your mood and moderates your mind. What intentions influence your attention? What you practice, you improve. What you practice a lot, you perfect.
Thank you for spending this morning moment with me. With love and aloha, Holman.